Hey there fans in Comic Land, it's Leila here from the Comic Connection with this week's comic book reviews. And first up we've got Hit Monkey, the one-shot, written by Daniel Way with art by Dalibor Talajic. So in this one, an assassin who is on the run is saved by a bunch of monkeys in the mountains and is nursed back to health. Yeah. And while he's training to get his strength back, he's observed by one of the group who picks up the ways of the assassin. And could this monkey be the greatest assassin ever? Okay, so the premise is really bad, but I guess it's not really that bad as a story. I mean, the art's pretty good. The story is simple. There's not much dialogue. It's mostly like a voiceover kind of thing. But if you're looking for something sort of quick and dirty and, somewhat enjoyable to read, then this is for you, especially if you like monkeys. But if you don't, you probably won't like this one. It's only okay. So next up, we've got Human Target, number 1 of 6. This is written by Len Wein with art by Bruno Redondo. So in this one, Christopher Chance, who's the main character, is a pro for hire, and this time he has to get a mob boss into protective custody, getting him and all of the evidence that he has against his peers from Paris to Washington. But he has to do this without them finding out that he's about to blow the whistle on them. So this is kind of like the TV show. If you check that out, then it's exactly like that. So fans of the show won't be disappointed. If you're not familiar with it, it's very action-packed. The art's pretty good. So if you're a fan of like stories of intrigue and action and sort of secret agent kind of stuff, maybe James Bond style, then you might really like this one. So you should check it out and possibly check out the TV show. And last but certainly not least, we've got Adventure Comics number 7. This is written by Tony Bedard with art by Travis Moore. So in this one, Connor Kent's consciousness is struggling to get free from the clutches of Necron and the Black Lantern Ring, all the while his body is attacking Cassie, or Wonder Girl, the woman that he loves. So it's all about this internal struggle that's going on. And so can he take control and save Cassie and join the fight with the good guys? I really liked this one. The internal struggle dialogue is really cool, and the way that the art was done conceptually to show you like the inner struggle mixed in with what's going on the outside was really cool. There's lots of action. Again, fantastic art. I'm often worried about picking up like these one-off tie-ins to big stories like Blackest Night, for example, because you think, well, does that really have anything to do with what's going on? But this one is really worth the money. It's a good story. I'm not sure how important it's going to be in the whole Blackest Night thing, but if you're interested in Superboy, then this is an excellent book for you.
Hey folks, Jim here with this week's comic book reviews. First up, Ninja High School Shidoshi, Volume 7, written and drawn by Robbie Bavard and Ben Dunn. And in this one, which collects issues 166 through 170, the bad guys have won, our heroes are trapped in Dimension X, and dark ancient mysteries reveal themselves just in time for a wedding. Another really good volume of Ninja High School Shidoshi. I'm actually having a lot of fun with it as it comes close to the end in Volume 8. And of course, close to the relaunch in May 2010 when I start writing some backups. So I hope you'll be able to support the book and check it out when it does come back. Next up, Gurren Lagann, Volume 4, written and drawn by Kotori Mori. In this one, Simon tries to deal with the death of Kamina any way he can, and soon finds a mysterious girl named Nia who has a connection to the leader of the Beastmen Team Gurren is battling. Another fantastic issue of Gurren Lagann. If you're not reading this manga, what's wrong with you? And if you can't read, go watch the anime. It's fantastic. One of the best anime in years. The manga as well is really good, well drawn, well written. I actually had a lot of fun with it, and there's some really nice plot twists that aren't in the anime. Next up, Gold Digger, number 114, written and drawn by Fred Perry. And in this one, while Darkbird bids to take over an entire country, Gina and Penny launch their mission to save Ace from Skippy. This is the final part of the Skippy/Ace love triangle thing, and it's kind of a letdown. But there's some really nice funny stuff with a Grimlock cameo, and some other pretty funny segments in this one, but other than that, it's subpar even on Gold Digger standards. And last but not least, Zenescope Sci Fi Fantasy, number 1, written by Joe Bruscia with art by Claudio Sepulveda. Now in this one, when a socially awkward man named Andy Whistler purchases a cybernetic girlfriend, he realizes love can have dire consequences. can't hit ever. Isn't that right, Leila?
Yep.
Me mean the balls. Anyway, pretty good story, pretty good art. It's a Zenescope title, so of course it's got a dark bent to it, but it's actually pretty enjoyable. I actually really enjoyed reading this book. So if you're a fan of sci-fi and fantasy, check this series out. It seems to be got a lot going for it. Hey folks, welcome to the very first edition of Geeking Out's It Came from the Bargain Bin. And on this one, I present to you Godzilla, the Essential Godzilla from Marvel Comics. I found this one in a bargain bin for $3.50. Now that's an awesome deal if ever there was one. And on this one, basically, Godzilla stars in 24 issues of non-stop monstrous action as he battles other monsters, the Fantastic Four, the Avengers, Nick Fury, and a whole lot of D-list heroes. Even Spidey makes an appearance. I actually had a lot of fun with this book as a kid. I loved reading it. I was a big Marvel and DC fan in the 80s and 90s, so I don't know what happened, but, well, you know, I actually really enjoyed Godzilla because it's just a fun book. It's fun. And that's exactly what it is. And at any price, I think it's a worthy companion to any monster fan. And I got it for $3, so I can't complain. It's a fun book. If you've never read it, check it out. You might enjoy it.
Because it was backwards, I just noticed.
Oh. No. That's okay.
I have to start again.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I don't think he's going to be happy with the fact that that cover was backwards.
It happens.
Oh, you got it fixed now?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's try this again.
Homer Simpson moment.
Yeah.
Whoa!
I was looking, I zoomed in and I zoomed out and I was like, wait a minute. And I looked closer and I was like,
my family. Oh, really? Oh, really now? Homer Simpson doesn't say boo, he says do.
Are you ready?
Da! Oh! No. Okay.
Here we go. Take 2.